Kissables is the Kissable Diva. I'm a love coach, your date night expert, and I create dates for busy couples. You are now tuning in to the Kissable Nights podcast, where we discuss everything love, sex, and relationships. Thank you so much for tuning in, Kissables. I really appreciate it. This particular episode, we're just going to be talking about 6 tips for busy couples on spending quality time. It's just going to be me tonight, folks. So I hope that you will sit back and relax and take in these tips. It's going to be 6 of them. And you can apply that to your life, your relationship, your marriage, however you see fit, on spending extra time or spending quality time with your significant other. I hope you enjoyed last week's show. I'm trying to do something a little bit different when I have guests on. Talk about various subjects and then the actual subject of the night and the hot seat. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I absolutely did. I enjoyed it. But tonight it's going to be a shorter episode because we're just going to be talking about these 6 tips. I'll give you a couple examples on how to apply that to your relationship. And hopefully it will be useful to you. Actually, I know it will be useful to you because even though we know some of these things, sometimes it takes us to sit down and listen to someone else say it for us to say, okay, that's actually something that I can apply. Because when you think about it, we say that we are busy. I say it all the time. But when I sit down and I carve out things, I actually make time for things. And I sat back and I observed myself to see what it is that I make time for. And can I cut out some things? That's just something personal that I felt like, because I'm always claiming that I am busy. But some couples, there's not something that they're just claiming. Some things they are just actually busy with. It could be home life, the children, the career. If you're an entrepreneur, you're most definitely busy. And then you have your significant other, your marriage, your relationship, whatever you're committed in. So I just wanted to give you these 6 tips and hopefully they will help you. Actually, I know they will. So let's get started. With the first one, always set aside alone time. I know that sounds something totally opposite of, what do you mean? How can I use that to spend quality time with my significant other? Listen, you already have a whole bunch of things on your plate that you're juggling, including your relationship. Let's pause from this. I had amazing brunch with 2 women who are married women, and they were talking about how they invest time to reconnect with their significant other. And I think that is so, so important to reconnect with your significant other. And guess what? That takes energy to reconnect with your significant other, plus all of the other things that you have to do. So guess what? You need to set aside time for yourself to recharge, to regroup, because if you are not right, how can you be right for someone else? So in your relationship, in your marriage, you can set aside, I don't know why I keep saying that, set aside a time for yourself to regroup and, have a woosah moment within your own self. So when your partner needs you or requires your attention, you're able to give it to them because you've already had your moment in your time. Oh, well, we'll get into that another time, but your partner also has to know when you need that time as well. That's a good partner. When your partner can recognize, oh, they need their alone time, let me give it to them. But that's a whole nother show. We're not going to get into that. So tip 1, always set aside a time or always set aside alone time. So your second tip is maybe you can share a hobby or an activity together. A lot of couples don't necessarily like being in the house at home. It could be make it as simple as possible. It does not have to be something super extravagant where it's going to bleed into all the other things that you have commitments to. You can simply do something as a walk after dinner. You can take a hike early in the morning or exercise together. You can do an activity that both of you love to do. That passes the time even more. Keeping it simple as playing a board game, doing a couples quiz, something as simple as that. Activities together are the perfect thing. I love to set that up for my couples when they come to me for date nights. I love to set up things, either something that they have not done before and they're open to doing, or something that they love to do. So taking that time to share a hobby or an activity, or, you can do something that your partner loves, or your partner could do something that you love. Sometimes we have to make that sacrifice. And sometimes it's just not all that bad. You may learn something new about your partner, which is always good. 1, set aside time. 2, share a hobby or activity. So number 3, have a no technology night. No TV, no phone, no iPad, no computer, none of that. Just set a time, set aside time to connect or reconnect. And it could be reading a book. You both can get a book together where you have your own little intimate book club, and y'all can talk about whatever's going on in this particular novel or book, or however be it. A crossword puzzle. Some people still love doing that. Crossword puzzles where they can just sit down and just converse. And you don't have to necessarily be talking about what you're doing, but that could strike up conversation, things that maybe need to be talked about. I mean, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. You just turn off your technology, start with you could do a board game or whatever, and just start conversing. Start talking about, how was your day? I hope that you do that anyway. I hope that you inquire about your partner's day. If you don't, start. How was your day? Anything going on? Anything new going on? How are you feeling? All of those things. Inquire about your partner. Sometimes we get so wrapped up in life, so wrapped up in the things that we have to do and complete in projects, that we leave little time for ourselves, and we leave little time for especially our partners. And sometimes that's the other way around. Sometimes we're just giving and giving, and we never have anything for ourselves. And then you feel empty and you're not satisfied. So with that no technology night, you can reconnect in some way, shape, or form, so that it could be just you and your partner's time together. It is so, so important. It's so important. They have to know that you are still there. The same person that day that you guys decided to make this commitment to be together, they have to know that is still there. You always have to reaffirm that connection is still strong and is still there, and can grow even stronger with the moments that you share together. So the 4th one, acknowledgement is everything. So if I come home from work and, I didn't have a good day, or I had a great day, either way, I want to be able to come home and tell my partner, listen, today was amazing. I found out that I got a raise. I found out, that I have another position. Or if my day went bad, Sally went into the refrigerator and ate those amazing leftovers that we had from last night. I was so upset. But the fact that you can say, you know what? That wasn't right of Sally. That was wrong. She was wrong for that. Just you being there and acknowledging the feeling, acknowledging that, what they're saying is everything. It's everything. And it doesn't have to be through words. It could be when I'm walking through the door and I get an embrace. Some people are not touchy-feely. I'm a physical touch person. Give me an embrace. A long embrace is even better. A long embrace, you don't have to say any words. Just me hearing you breathe and holding me is perfect. It's perfect. I feel acknowledged. That's what I'm talking about. Something that you say or do. People are acts of service. You have to know your love language. People are acts of service. Having the house clean before they come home, or cleaning the house while they're there. Whatever they're doing to acknowledge them so that they're able to deal with self or children or whatever, to acknowledge that you are a helper, to acknowledge that you are a help to them is everything. So acknowledgement, remember that acknowledgement is everything. Okay. So number 5, connecting with touch. I put this in here because I can absolutely identify with this. Connecting with touch. No, everybody is not a touchy-feely person. But let's say connecting with touch, you may not be a touchy-feely person, but I know that when you go to bed, y'all don't sleep on different ends of the bed. You are connecting some way, shape, or form. You can cuddle at night. You can have pillow talk. You can massage. You can just rubbing of the shoulders, rubbing of the hands. Like I said, it doesn't have to be words. You can express how you feel. It could be so many different things, so many different levels of how you can use touch. But no, everybody is not touch. Like I said before, it could be acts of service, that, so on and so forth. But I think connecting with touch some way in some shape or form can be accepted by all. Because, why are you in a relationship if you not touching at all? Let's be real. Okay. So that's number 5, connecting with touch. Number 6, and the last one, the very last one. These are not, the end all be all, but these 6 can help you. This last 6, or number 6, the last one, make it a ritual. So if you find out on Tuesday night that y'all like going to Taco Mex, or I don't know, a restaurant, or y'all love coming home and, that's when you can do all the laundry, whether it be a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday night. You can do the laundry. That's the night that you set up, that whatever that you're doing, your routine, that you come home and this particular time, I know my partner is, I don't know, in there playing a game. A lot of men apparently play video games. Or if they're not playing a video game, I know they're back here in the studio, or I know that they're in their man cave doing something. That he or she is home at a certain time. You two can set aside a time every Friday, every night if you want to, and reconnect. One thing that I like to remind my couples of is I want them to remember the reason why they got together, the reason why they wanted to put forth the energy to commit. You want to reconnect. You want to remember why you're doing this in the first place. Any goal, anything that we set forth to do in life, we always want to remember, why are we doing it? What is the purpose? What are we going to get out of this? And when you sit down and you reconnect and you remember, oh my God, her smile. Oh my God, his dimples, his eyebrows. When he says that to me, how he makes me laugh. All those things you need to be reminded. You need to be reminded. You need to be reaffirmed. And those things will help you move along further within your relationship. It creates more of a bond. You learn more about your partner. Through these 6 tips, I'm sure that you'll be able to use at least one of them and apply them to your relationship, to your marriage, and it works. And some of you are already doing it. Sometimes you don't even know you're doing it. Sometimes you make sure that you're doing it. But it does take work. Like anything else in life, it takes work. It takes an investment. It is, that's what it is. That's life. So, Kissables, I hope that you got something out of these 6 tips, which are: always set aside alone time for yourself so that you can re-energize yourself, so that you're able to be a help to your partner. The second, share a hobby or an activity. Whatever you want to do, hiking, bowling, movies. Share something that both of you like, or do something that your partner likes. You may learn something new about them. Third, no technology night. Throw away all the technology. Just throw it all away. Just I'm kidding. Turn it off and reconnect a different way. Try something new. Try something different. If you like it, keep doing it. Keep reconnecting. It is totally important when you are in a committed relationship. 4, acknowledgement is everything. Acknowledge me when I come in the room. Acknowledge me when I come home. Study me, observe me, and understand when something is different, when something is off. Offer yourself. What can I do? Is there anything you want me to do? If there's anything you would like me to do, let me know. Connecting with touch. It doesn't necessarily have to be with touch. I just chose that one because I can identify with touch. But connecting with touch, cuddle at night, pillow talk, massages, rubbing of the shoulders. However be it. If you're listening to them tell you about their day, rub them while they're telling you. It helps rub that energy straight out of them. You know, it helps them relax. Embrace them when they come in the door. It's the best thing. Hold them for a while. Hold them. Don't feel awkward. You know, if you're a personal touch person, you won't feel awkward. But if you're not a personal touch person, then you may feel a little bit awkward. You might feel like, okay, thanks. But if you are, hold them for a moment. Allow them to breathe and exhale. It's the best stress reliever. It's really nice. And you don't have to say any words. And last, make it a ritual. Whatever it is that you and your significant other, your partner, like doing, make it a ritual. You like eating pizza on Friday nights? Like doing a bar crawl? Do that. Whatever it is that you and it doesn't have to be at home. A lot of the stuff I know I named that you could do at home, most of the time, busy couples don't have time to go out and do something. That's why they call me. So I could just go plan it for them and they could go out and do it and come home. Most of the time, they don't go out and do something. Most of the time, they make time. They carve out time to go do something. So it depends on what your comfort level is. So yeah, most of the things I said at home, but you can also, whatever you like to do outside your home. Okay. So I hope that you got something out of those 6 tips that you can apply to your relationship, your marriage, however be it. This will be posted up on the website, kissableretreats.com. On the blog, you'll be able to find all of that information there. And I hope, if you have any ideas or anything that you want to add to the list for someone else to know, head over to kissableretreats.com. Go ahead and leave a comment under the blog, letting someone else know what are the things that you do. What are the things that you do in your relationship to spend time together since you're so busy? So with that being said, Kissables, I'm going to go. Stay tuned for next week. We will have a guest, and I'm not going to tell you the topic yet, but we are going to have a guest. I hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for listening. You are now tuning into the Kissable Nights podcast, where we discuss everything love, sex, and relationships. I am the Kissable Diva, love coach, and your date night expert, and I create dates for busy couples. If you want to follow me, my handle on Instagram and Twitter is @KissRetreats, KISSRETREATS, Kiss Retreats. You'll be able to follow me there. Okay? Thank you so much. Have a great night. And remember to keep it kissable. Peace.